Good morning, everybody. Andy Pedraza here with Special Effects Academy on the fundamental session for December 20th of 2018 on the Bank of England interest rate decision. As usual, we'll take a look at our open trades. The account is looking very fine this morning. We've got more than 100 pips captured on the euro dollar. That was a really nice turnaround overnight. USD Swiss did take us out with 50 pips profit, which was our limit on that trade. You can see that chart on the screen. It looks like it dropped to 50 pips and is pretty much hanging out at that level. Let's see where we had our exit on that one. It was at 98.80, currently trading at 98.75. So it's dropped another 5 pips since then. So we could, in theory, still be in that trade, but it looks like it dropped to 50 pips. It hasn't moved much further than that. Euro dollar, we have already protected 100 pips of profit on that trade, and it looks like we're about 90 pips away from our limit on that one, which was a revised limit. We would have already been taken out at 100 pips had we not moved that limit yesterday before the US fundamental, the interest rate position, which made that trade go against us by about 50 pips at the time. But it has since, as I said, recovered very nicely. Aussie dollar is carrying 15 pips negative. That's a long-term trade, so no worries on that in that regard. Euro CAD is carrying 90 pips profit, 50 of those protected at this point. And USD JPY carrying 30 pips of profit. So that's where we are right now. We're about 8 minutes away from the fundamental. So we don't have much time. We're going to be trading or attempting to trade, I should say, the pound dollar. So let's take a look at that one. We're not going to trade more than a 1. Let's make this a little bit bigger so we can actually see what we're doing. Okay, so we see that the dollar has had actually a rough evening or a rough night. It has dropped against pretty much every other currency. Indeed, that is what it is doing. The one it's dropped the least against has actually been the Aussie, which is good because we're in that opposite direction there. So we are at a resistance point on the hourly chart for the pound. It's trading at 127.01, call it 127 even. So let's straddle this guy. So 127.01. Again, we're just a few minutes away from the fundamental. We're going to do a tight straddle on this one, since it is already moving in our favor. Let's take a buy stop. So let's do the buy leg first. The buy stop at 127.27, so 25 pips above current price. The stop loss, the same 25 pips below, so pretty much at current price. And no take profit. We're going to be putting a trailing stop on it. Let's do half a lot so it's worth our while. So that's the buy entry, and let's add those trade levels to the screen so we can keep an eye on them. Okay, so that is our buy side, and let's do the sell side now. So a pending order, a sell stop, same half a lot position size. Let's do that 25 pips below. So 677. Stop loss 25 pips above, so that's pretty much current price. 102. No take profit again. We're going to be using a trailing stop for that one. So there you go. It's a 25 pip straddle on this guy for the Bank of England interest rate decision. And again, we're only going to be trading the pound dollar on this one. And we're going to add a trailing stop at 25 pips. So that if it moves, we're going to be capturing as much of that move as possible. And there we go. We're 4 minutes to spare on this one. And that's going to be all she wrote. Again, half a lot position size. And we'll see where that takes us. The euro dollar is within 10 pips of taking us out with 100 pips profit. Hopefully it keeps going. I'm not sure what's causing the dollar to weaken overnight in this fashion, but hey, that's the direction we were trading it, so well done regardless. I mean, grand scheme of things, don't care why, just care that we were in the right direction and that this is definitely brought our week back in line with we had a couple of losing trades throughout the week that had put us in a less than stellar position, but we're now positive on the accounts for the week, which is what we're looking for. That is what trading is about. Let's going to put on Bloomberg so we can see what happens with the decision out of the Bank of England, as we are 2 minutes away from the release. Okay, no major change in the account at this point from where we started. As we're still a minute and a half away or so. Again, trading the Bank of England interest rate decision on December 20th of 2018. Fundamental trading, our third and last fundamental trade for the week. As we wind down the year, this is actually the last fundamental we'll be trading in 2018. So this is it for us this year on fundamentals. And pretty close to being it for the year in general as to the live sessions. We'll probably still be trading in the background. Pretty much live trading done for the year to allow. Okay, we have one of our trades is moving very close to taking us in. Let's keep an eye on that. I don't want to be taken in too early. We're still a minute away. So we've got the sell side of that leg of that straddle, the sell part getting very ready to take us in. Again, a little bit early, and we're in. That has taken us in. And we're carrying, probably going to take us out just as quickly, unfortunately. And I may move that. Okay, it is moving in our direction. So I may move that stop a little bit further away to give it room, or I may not. Let's see what happens. It is starting to move. Okay, so it is holding steady. And I may want to give it more room on the stop loss so as not to choke it, since it is holding pretty much in our favor. I'm going to assume that there was no change to the interest rate decision, which was the expectation. It's holding pretty much a little bit more than the spread. We're carrying at a loss on that one, less than 10 pips. And again, I'm not sure what made the dollar weaken overnight, but that may be coming to an end. And just in case, I'm going to move the stop loss on the USD JPY to break even, 111.985. Just in case that dollar starts reversing, we are not exposed there. We're looking for 100 pips on that trade, of which we already have 25, none protected, but none at risk. And I'm not going to move that stop loss on the pound dollar. If it goes against us, so be it. I'm going to leave it at 25 pips. And it may indeed take us out. Bloomberg isn't on. I'm getting the screensaver for Bloomberg, so I'm not getting a feed. But again, I expect that the interest rate decision was null, no change. Let me check on one of the websites. Okay, it looks like Bloomberg is coming online. I'm getting their Daybreak America's promo thingy. Okay, so interest rate decision unchanged, and the MPC vote was 9 consolidated unanimous vote. 9 voted to not change the interest rate. That means not only that it wasn't changed, but that the likelihood of it changing next time is very low. Since there were no dissenters, everybody voted to not change it. And that is probably going to be it for us today, and indeed on fundamentals for the year. I'm going to leave that trade open, see what it does, because it does look like the dollar is at least holding steady right now. It's not dropping any further. Let's see what the pound did on the other pairs. So it looks like the pound actually is getting stronger against the euro by a tiny bit of a margin there. So the pound has been getting stronger against the euro, even as it gets stronger against the dollar. So it looks like a little bit of pound strength came into play overnight, but again, nothing out of nothing big. It wasn't a big move. With the pound JPY, the opposite seems to be happening. The yen is getting stronger, not by much. Again, it's definitely not a big move in either direction, but there you have it. That's what it's doing. Let's go back to our pound dollar chart we were looking at. Where are you, pound dollar? Okay, there's our pound dollar, and again, we're not going to change anything. It looks like the dollar is holding firm. The euro dollar is heading backwards at this point, and is within 4 pips of taking us out with that 100 pip profit. USD JPY is unchanged at 25 pips, pretty much where we were when we started this session. Euro CAD is also essentially where it was. It's off by 3 pips from where we were. Aussie dollar is slowly coming back. And again, we'll see pound dollar carrying 8 pips of deficit. Our newest trade open for the fundy on a half a lot position. And as I said, I'm just going to leave that one open and let it continue to move. If we get some dollar strength on the US Open, which is still a couple of hours away, then this trade is just going to be in our benefit anyway. I'm not sure why the pound strengthening against the dollar, rather why the dollar weakened. But I'm probably going to be sideways movement. It's at the top end of that range. You can see that it's at an hourly point of resistance, or at least it bounced off the resistance already. So we might get a nice little pickup throughout the day with a potential of about 70 pips if it goes to the lower end of that sideways, recent sideways range. Could go, of course, deeper. We have a intermediate low at 150 pips and a visible low in the period we're looking at that goes from November, end of November through today. So pretty much the past couple of weeks there, 3 weeks, the past 3 weeks, we have a low 200 pips away. So, hey, you know what? Stranger things have happened. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And that's going to be it for me today. So again, very healthy account this morning. Definitely a recovery from the couple 2 to 3 bad trades, a couple 3 as we say in Pennsylvania, a couple 3 bad trades that we had throughout the week. Balanced only by 1 winning trade early in the week, which was of course overwhelmed by the 3 bad trades. I shouldn't say bad trades. There are no bad trades. There's bad trading, but there are no bad trades. You have to be in some losers in order to get your winners. I am going to remove the buy leg of the straddle that we had placed. Don't want to be in it anymore. And we're going to leave this at that. Unless anybody has any comments or questions, that is going to be it from me this morning. And I will be back again at the 8 p.m. session tonight, our regular evening session. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. No idea if our trade is going to be successful. It's at break even right now, but indeed, based on what I'm seeing, it does have a high likelihood of giving us some joy throughout the day. So thank you very much. Comments, questions? Okay. In that case, I thank you very much and see you later.